Forget everything you think you know about grace. The natural world is a lie. I watched a 4-minute video of cats failing jumps and realized something terrifying. Cats are bad at math. Subscribe so you don't miss part 2 of this series. That's the premise. They look down from the kitchen counter, stare at the fridge, maybe a 12-inch gap, and the calculation happens in their narcissistic brain. It's the same doomed ambition that drove Napoleon to invade Russia. They are fully convinced they can take it. The first 5 seconds of that video? Pure confidence. They look like a tech CEO in 2023 explaining why this new cryptocurrency is the next big thing. Zero doubt. Then, the execution. The jump starts, but the feet move like they just remembered they left the stove on. That's a mid-flight existential crisis. Like falling from the high wire and realizing, wait, I paid $80,000 for this degree. The classic move is the delayed launch. They are leaning, ready to go, and then they hold it for a beat too long. That's the cat realizing that gravity does not care about their pedigree. They're trying to defy physics, and physics is just looking at them like, oh, you thought you were special? Tell that to the guy who built the Titanic. And then you get the dramatic slow-motion failure. The cat doesn't just fall, it melts off the surface. It stops being a cat and starts being a bad sequel to The Matrix, where the physics engine breaks down completely. The best failure is the overconfident vertical climber. This cat has a clear, flat wall, nothing complicated. It leaps, aiming for Mount Olympus, and it just slides down like a melting glacier. It's the cat that tried to be a Black Panther and ended up being a damp sponge. And the landing is the purest comedy. They don't land on their feet. They land in a state of deep existential shame, and then they immediately look around to see if anyone witnessed the atrocity. The rule of 3 always kicks in. They land flat on their spine and pretend they meant to do that yoga pose. That cat is basically gaslighting the room. The jump? Oh, that was deliberate. I was performing a low-altitude aerodynamic study. You wouldn't understand. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need a quick nap to process this data. The brilliance of this video and why it's got 5 million views is that we are all that cat. Every time we open a dating app, start a new diet, or hit reply all, we are sizing up the counter, making a confident calculation, and then failing to execute because we forgot one critical element: reality. We are all Icarus, but instead of waxing wings, we're wearing little booties and trying to jump onto a smooth, polished IKEA shelf. The final lesson? Next time you see a cat, don't applaud its brace. Applaud its delusion. The cat video industry is the only honest form of entertainment we have left. It's pure, uncut failure. Divine disappointment cats. Cats walk around the house like they are entitled to a Pulitzer and a parking spot. Then they whiff a 2-foot leap. They look at a shelf and think, I am the god Anubis. This is my throne. And then gravity reminds them they are just 12 pounds of dander and delusion. You try to teach them, but you can't. They're incapable of learning the word ramp. Their only learning curve is the trajectory of their own inevitable descent. Hubris and collapse. Every cat jump fail is a tiny, furry reenactment of the fall of the Roman Empire. Great plans, great glory, and then splat. They just slide right off the column. You see a tabby preparing for a jump, and it's got the focus of Napoleon at Austerlitz, mapping out the entire battlefield in its tiny, unburdened mind. And then it misses by 3 feet, hangs there like a sad beige mitten, and looks back at you as if you moved the refrigerator. That, my friend, is the true meaning of hubris. Ancient Greek tragedians didn't need a goat chorus. They needed a Persian trying to clear a banister. The tragedy is that their dignity hits the floor a full half-second before their body does. The anti-hero landing. The sound effect of a cat hitting a hardwood floor after a jump? That's my new favorite sound. It's the sound of a Succession character finally realizing they won't get the CEO job. Total entitled collapse. They commit to the jump with the budget and CGI of a Marvel movie. They are the hero. They are going for the superhero landing, but they end up doing the supervillain who just got hit by a bus's maneuver. The best part is the recovery. The cat sits there, grooms itself meticulously, and pretends the whole fall was an interpretive dance piece that only you didn't appreciate. They are the ultimate four-legged gaslighters. You laugh, they stare, and suddenly you feel bad for having working eyeballs. But we watch, right? Because deep down, we need to know that even the most perfect, silent, judgmental creatures in the universe fail. It's what keeps the species going. They're terrible roommates, but